Hello guys, welcome to Econ Show. In this video, I will be discussing about UPSC CSE 2019 question paper. In this video, we will look from question number 21 to question 30. So let's start from question number 21. So question number 21 says, which one of the following groups of plants was domesticated in the New World and introduced into the Old World? We have to see that New World, it was actually discovered by the Europeans, and the New World was called the America. America was called the New World, and Old World was Asia. Asia means Indian subcontinent and the Malay Peninsula. So the question is about which following groups of plants was domesticated in the New World and were introduced in the New World. So tobacco, cocoa, rubber were the native crops of America, and they were actually introduced in the India. So statement 1 is right. However, we can also look into the statement second. Statement B has cotton. So cotton should not be the answer because cotton was already there, was produced in India. Cotton is also again in this third option, so it should also be not in the answer. And fourth option is wheat. So wheat should not be the answer. So by eliminating all the options, we can also conclude that option A should be the right answer. Now let's go to question number 22. Consider the following statement. Asiatic lion is naturally found in the India only. This statement is very right because now Asiatic lions are limited to India, and that to the Gir forest of the Gujarat. Gir forest of the Gujarat. So in the Gujarat region, you can find that Asiatic lions presence, and nowadays actually the presence is about 640 lions. And from the past year, there has been improvement over the Asiatic lions. So they are in the rise. Second statement says double-humped camel is naturally found in India only. So double-humped camel is not naturally found in the India only. Their double-humped camel is a native of Gobi Desert. So they are found in the Gobi Desert. Gobi Desert, if you see, Gobi Desert is actually found in the Mongolia and China. That is the southern of Mongolia and the northern of the China. And Gobi Desert is also the cold desert of the world. They are called the cold desert of the world. And so double-horned camel is not naturally found in India only. Third statement is one-horned rhinoceros is naturally found in India only. Again, this statement is not right because one-horned rhinoceros is found in India, that is in the Assam, and is also in the grasslands of the Nepal. So they are also found in the Terai grasslands of the Nepal. So statement 3 is not right. So we can also deduce statement 3 and also statement 2. So only statement right is statement A. Now let's go to question number 23. Consider the following pairs. The question says consider the following pair. Pandharpur, river Chandrabhaga. Second statement is Tiruchirappalli. Statement is river is Kaveri, and Hampi, and the river is Malprabha. So we have to see that Pandharpur is very religious place for the Hindus. Actually, this holy place is a place of Sri Vitthal and Sri Rukmani, and actually this is also called the Kashi of South. This is also called the Kashi. That is, Kashi is actually the Varanasi, but Kashi of South is called Pandharpur. It is situated along the river Chandrabhaga. Chandrabhaga is actually also called river Bhima. So river Bhima is also the part of river Chandrabhaga. And second statement is Tiruchirappalli. Tiruchirappalli is in the Tamil Nadu, and the river Kaveri flows from the river Tiruchirappalli. Tiruchirappalli is the fourth largest city of the state of Tamil Nadu. There is also one NIT in the Tiruchirappalli. Statement 3 is Hampi, and the river is Malprabha. This is not right because Hampi is situated in the southern bank of the river Tungabhadra. Tungabhadra river flows from this Hampi river. Hampi is also the UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is also the part of the Vijayanagar Empire once. So statement 3 is wrong. So we can reduce statement 3 from the answer. So automatically our answer goes with option A. Now let's go to question number 24. In India, in a given year in India, official poverty lines are higher in some states than in other because there is a uniform official poverty line that is being decided for India, but in some state that uniform line is higher, and for some other states it's not that, because it is because of the inflation rate. Presence of the inflation in the state varies from the state to state. Like the state of Maharashtra, where there are more economic activities, so there is a presence of more inflation, whereas there are other states like in the states of the northeast where there is a low inflation, so inflation is low, so prices are lesser. So in those states which have higher economic activities tend to have higher inflation, so their poverty lines are adjusted to the nominal terms of prices, and hence they have the higher official poverty line rates. However, in the other states where their state is not high, they are being at the lower rate. So let's read the option A. Poverty rates vary from state to state. Poverty rates vary from state to state. That's not right actually. Poverty rate is uniform, but the price level vary from state to state, and that results into the line having some states having higher official poverty line than other. And statement C is gross state domestic product varies from state to state. It's not just about that, it's about the prices and the economic activities and the inflation that actually determines that. And the statement D is quality of public distribution varies from state to state. This is not absolutely right, so we can delete this statement from the answer. So option B is the right answer. Now let's go to question number 25. In the context of which of the following do some scientists suggest that the use of the cirrus cloud thinning technique and injection of the sulfate aerosol into the stratosphere? See, so basically the question is about thinning of the thinning technique and the injection of the sulfate aerosol into the stratosphere, cloud thinning. So in fact we have to do what? Cloud thinning. And actually these are the geoengineering approach to reverse the global warming. They are what? The geoengineering approach to reverse the global warming. How? Because when you thin the clouds, or when you reduce the thickness of the clouds, actually what happens? Those incoming radiation which are coming to the earth, they are of the low wavelength but with high energy. So they penetrate these clouds and they comes to earth, but when earth reflects them, the wavelength gets higher and energy gets lower, but these cloud actually then prevent them from escaping into the escape. So actually scientists suggested that if we reduce or we thin we thin the clouds using the techniques of the injection of the sulfate aerosols into the stratosphere, then we can actually help in reducing the global warming in the from our world, and help to address the problem of the climate change. So statement D is right. It is actually a geoengineering approach to reverse global warming. So now let's go to question number 26. In the context of which of the following are the term pyrolysis and plasma gasification mentioned? See, pyrolysis and plasma gasification, they are important in the sense that they are actually used for the decomposition. They are actually used for the decomposition of the wastes. They are used for the decompositions of the waste. Actually pyrolysis is done at a very high thermal temperature at inert atmosphere, that is in the absence of oxygen, in order to decompose wastes. And similarly the plasma gasification, where very very high thermal heat is actually being supplied to the waste material in order to break down into the hydrogen and carbon monoxide. This is also called syngas. So actually these are very important like for the decomposition. Niti Aayog in its 2017 to 19 strategy has suggested about the plasma gasification method and pyrolysis method for the waste disposal and waste to energy in the metropolis which are larger in size. So now let's go to question number 27. Which of the following are in अगस्थमाला बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व? मतलब इनमें से कौन से जो है नेशनल पार्क या वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरीज इन द अगस्थमाला बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व? Which of the following are in the अगस्थमाला बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व? So statement 1 says Neyar, Pepara, Shendorne Wildlife Sanctuary, Kalakkad, Mundanthurai Tiger Reserve. Actually if you see that map of India, that is like this in the southern part, that is southern India. If you look into southern India, these are the western ghats. So at this point, at the extreme of the Western Ghat, you can find that Agastmala Biosphere Reserve, and in this Agastmala Biosphere Reserve, you will find that Neyar, you will find the Pepara, Shendorne Wildlife Sanctuaries, and the Kalakkad Mundanthurai Tiger Reserve. These all are located here. These are located in these area. So actually, Agastmala Biosphere Reserve includes all these all these wildlife sanctuaries and tiger reserves. You can find Neyar here in the Kerala. You can find the Munnanthurai Tiger Reserve in the Tamil Nadu, and Pepara in between those two states. So these are the part of the Agasthamala Biosphere Reserve. However, we should also look to the other options. Options say that Mudumalai, Satyamangalam, and Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuaries and Silent Valley National Park. See, these all are the part of the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. They are the part of the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Silent Valley is in the Kerala, Wayanad is in the Kerala, Satyamangalam is in the Tamil Nadu. It is actually connecting link between the eastern and the western Ghat. So if we go into the statement C, that is Konindya, Gundla, Brahma, Swaram, and Papikonda Wildlife Sanctuaries and Mukurti National Park. See, Mukurti National Park is in the Uti districts of Tamil Nadu. Papikonda Wildlife Sanctuary is in the Andhra Pradesh. So they are quite far away from each other. So this could not be the answer of this particular question. And if we go to option D, that is Kaval and Sri Venkateshwar Wildlife Sanctuary and Nagarjun Sagar Sri Sailam Tiger Reserve. See, Nagarjun Sagar Sri Sailam Tiger Reserve is the largest tiger reserve of India. Largest tiger reserve of India. And Kaval is in the Telangana, and Sri Venkateshwara Wildlife Sanctuary is in the Andhra Pradesh. Actually, Sri Venkatesh, it was actually devoted to Lord Sri Venkatesh, and in the Sheshachalam Hill in the Andhra Pradesh. Sheshachalam Hill in the Andhra Pradesh. So Venkateshwara Wildlife Sanctuary is in the Andhra Pradesh. And let's go to question number 28. This question is a bit tricky. Consider the following statement. Some species of turtles are herbivorous. Some species of the fish are herbivores. Some species of the marine animals are herbivores. Some species of snakes are viviparous. So we have seen some species. So in this universe, there are always exceptions, which could always be present, because exceptions to this, because you see, mostly snakes are like they give the eggs to produce their offspring, but sometimes they directly give birth to the babies. The famous example is vipers. They directly give birth to the babies. So actually this is, some snakes are viviparous. So statement 4 is right. So we can see statement 4 is right. Then some species of the marine animals are herbivore. We can also say like the sea dugong. The sea dugong is also called sea cow. It is also the marine mammal and is herbivore. So statement 3 is also right. So 3 statement also this. So we can also cut this statement. Now statement 1, 2, 3. Some species of fish are herbivores. Yes, obviously some species of fish are herbivore. So statement 2 is right. So effectively we can say, in case of such type of question where it says some species are this and that, so there are always possibility, or even the larger possibility, that such type of species will be found in both herbivore, and they could also be carnivore, and some could be omnivore. So it is very plausible to tick all the options. That should be the answer. Now let's go to question number 29. Consider the following pairs. The one is the wildlife and other is the naturally found in. The first option is blue-finned mahseer. So blue-finned mahseer is actually found in the South India. They are actually the part in the Kaveri river system. They are found in the fresh water, and they're very important part of the ecosystem there. And we should also know their IUCN status. So they are least concerned nowadays. So they are least concerned nowadays, according to in 2021, on the basis of 2021, I would say. Irrawaddy dolphin. Irrawaddy dolphin is not found in the Chambal River, because Irrawaddy needs your brackish water. It needs some kind of salts in their water. It is mostly found in the mangrove area. So the very possible place where Irrawaddy dolphin could be found is Chilka Lake. So but Chilka Lake is not there in the option, so it shouldn't be the right way of doing so. And then we have that rusty spotted cat, that is Eastern Ghat. Rusty spotted cat is found in the Eastern Ghat. So we can see about rusty spotted cat found in the Eastern Ghat. Actually this statement is also right, because rusty spotted cat is found in the Eastern Ghat, and they are important in the sense because there are a few mammals that are found in the Eastern Ghat. Others are pangolins, and so we can mark it as correct. This is not very common in the news, but UPSC, sometimes give us some type of information which are not very relevant. However, we know that option 2 is not right, so we can eliminate option 2. So automatically we can reduce it to option 1 and 3 is right. So let's go to our 30th question. Uh, why is there a great concern about the microbeads that are released? Why is there a great concern of microbeads that are released into the atmosphere? Actually, microbeads are small solid manufactured plastic particles. They are the small microbeads are the small solid manufactured plastic particles, and they are less than 5 millimeter. They are less than 5 millimeter. They are solid, and they cannot be degraded or dissolved in water. That's the real problem with the microbeads. So since they are not degraded and dissolved in the water, then they are being consumed by the various aquatic plants, various aquatic animals, and thus become the part of the ecosystem. And actually that creates a problem because they are not decomposable, so they creates a problem in their digestive system, and they actually leads to their destruction, to lead to their extinction to a harder level. So if we read the option, they are considered harmful to marine ecosystem. So this statement looks fine. They are considered harmful to marine ecosystem. They are considered to cause skin cancer in children. It is not right. Actually, they are microbeads come from various skin products, various cleaning products. So it is not like that. Statement 3 is they are small enough to be absorbed by crop plants in irrigated field. No, it is also not right. And they are often found to be used as a food adulterants. No, they are not right. They are not used as food adulterants. They are not decomposable. So option A is right. I think I have discussed 21 to 30 question in this video. I hope you have liked the video. So kindly do like it and share it. And thank you.